What's going on, guys? I'm Logan,
I'm Mason.
and this is the Football Frenzy podcast. Today we're going to be doing part two of what we did yesterday, but today with defense, running backs, and tight ends. I'll start
And we're starting with defense.
for fantasy football.
Yeah.
Who we think is going to put up the most points? For number one, I got them for the most points. I got the Jets defense because they're very superior in lockdown this season, especially with Marcus May and Sauce Gardner. Insane back.
Yeah.
And they have a good defensive line, so I think they'll get the job done.
Yeah. So mine is the 49ers. I picked them because Bosa's a beast. No one can stop him. And they got, just judging off, I don't know any of the players on their team but on defense, but they put the straps on everybody. So
Yeah.
how they're going to do this year. Last year I would probably put them at 2, but I'm putting them at 1 this year.
Yeah. Number two, I got Dolphins, especially with that huge trade they just did with the Rams to get Jalen Ramsey. That is a very, very dangerous defense. Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Woods, Christian Wilkins, and Bradley Chubb. That is a huge defense, and I think they'll be very, very talented this year.
Yeah. Mine is the Eagles. All they did, I know they lost like a defense lineman and stuff and a cornerback, but then they went out and got a linebacker and Jalen Carter. I think that linebacker is named Nolan Smith. They have like, if you look at it, they have like the whole Georgia defense in college. And the Georgia defense was straps. I think it's the second best defense in the league right now.
Yeah. For third, putting up the most fantasy points, I also do have the Eagles. Everything you said was true. Yeah, I agree. Very good. They should have been Super Bowl champs, but it happens. So, yeah, I think they will be very, very good this year, getting third and the most fantasy points.
My third is Dolphins, like you said. Their defense is going to be dangerous with Jalen Ramsey added to their team, and with Xavier Howard, Bradley Chubb, and all the pieces, and they have a good offense that can not stress them out.
Yeah.
If they stay healthy.
4, I had the Texans down, but because I thought they were going to be very surprised, they have Derek Stingley and Will Anderson, but I switched it up. 49ers, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. My gosh, that defense is so talented. I forgot about them. So, yeah, I really do think they will be very good this year. So, fourth.
My fourth is the Jets. Like, Sauce is really good, and they added, I think, Will McDonald. Yeah, I think he's on offense, defense, I mean. But, yeah, I think he's going to be good, and I think the defense overall is going to be really good.
Yeah. For number 5, I got the Bills. Yeah, I know it's probably a little bit surprising, but you got to really think they got Tre'Davious White back. That was a huge factor that they missed last year. They have Jordan Poyer. That's a very dangerous secondary in the backfield, and they have a very, very talented D-line, and they have good corners, obviously, with Tre'Davious and Jordan Poyer being a safety. So I think that they'll be very, very good this year. That's why I got them at 5th.
The number 5 for me is America's team, Cowboys country. Micah Parsons is really good. Trayvon Diggs is really good. Everyone on that team, that middle linebacker is really good for them. And they did good last year. They helped Dak Prescott with his interceptions. And, yeah, if the Cowboys, if they could have a quarterback that does not throw interceptions, they can be way better.
Playoff.
To be completely honest, I think Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott.
Yeah. All right, going to running backs. You start.
Here, name your 5 real quick.
Okay, my top 5 defenses were Jets, Dolphins, Eagles, Texans, and Buffalo Bills.
Mine is the 49ers, Eagles, Dolphins, Jets, and Cowboys.
All right, you can start off with running backs.
Running back, I feel like it's really easy here. CMC. He actually is on a good team right now. The Panthers, I know he got hurt and stuff, but he can find his and he can show off how good he is whenever they don't know who's the quarterback.
Yeah.
And CMC's just a beast.
Yeah. Number one, I was gonna have CMC, but you really gotta think. Brees Hall, before he got injured, he was dominant. He had 18 points per game that he was before he got injured almost. He had above 15 or above 12, per game before he got injured. I think he's gonna come back. He's on a good team. The Jets, they started their rebuild and they're getting up there. So I do think they have a couple missing pieces, but I do think Brees Hall is a very good, especially with Michael Carter being a good backup. So he's not guaranteed to get hurt again. I hope not, but I do think he will be very surprising and good this year.
Okay, my number 2 is Josh Jacobs, the leading rusher last year. Same thing with the 49ers. They don't know who their quarterbacks will be because Jimmy G, he didn't pass his physical. And Josh Jacobs is a power back that can, and a back can get 75 yards like he did against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But he's just a beast. He's a power back. He can get you those 5 yards, 4th and 2, 4th and 3, and then he can get you those long runs. He's fast. He's quick. And he's just all around good.
Yeah, I agree. Number 2, I got CMC. Like you said, great O-line. Who's he got? Who's that really good one?
The tackle. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. Like Tyrone Armstead. No, I can't remember. But great O-line. Good tight end.
Bro really said that.
Good receivers. Good defense. They're literally the perfect team.
Yeah.
CMC was the best trade they could have possibly got. With the most fantasy points, he's so good. He gets 5 yards and it's points. So he's guaranteed to put up numbers in games. So CMC.
Yeah, CMC's really good. Mine 3, I think he's a better power back. He's probably the best power back in the league right now, and he can get you those yards, like I said, 5 yards, and you can get those long runs. His name is Nick Chubb. He's on a team, I feel like, that's a good defense if they actually use it right.
Yeah.
And and they don't know who their quarterback is. I don't even know.
I think it's Jacoby Brissett.
No, he's on the Commanders.
Who?
Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I don't know who their quarterback is right now. Oh, no, Deshaun.
Oh. All right, is that it for your 3?
Yep.
Okay. My 3rd is Derrick Henry. I think he's going to come back off of that injury he had last year, and he's going to really bounce back and show why he's King Henry for a reason. And I think Titans are going to start their rebuild here soon. So I do think Henry will be getting fed the ball a bunch. So Henry is my number 3.
I think he's washed now. How old he is now? He's like 29. But my number 4 is Austin Eckler. He's really good. I know they have a good passing game, but if they run, he can get you those yards. He can get you those touchdowns. He is he's really good all around.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite running backs in the league.
Yeah. For number 4, I do have Austin Eckler also. He's so good at getting fantasy points. He's a good runner. He runs hard. He's got a good O-line. Yeah. He's got a good team built around him. So I do think once he really finds his true momentum, inside of himself, he will be perfect.
Yeah.
It's my number 4.
My number 5, if he can sign a contract and with his team, and because he got the privilege to talk to other teams, but he's really exclusive. He's really good. He had a way better season than before. Like his team was horrible and now they're good. His name is Saquon Barkley. His team was bad, and now they already finished their rebuild. I think they were in the rebuild. I don't know, but yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. Honestly, for this running back one, let's do one honorable mention because there's one I have to explain. For number 5, though, probably a bit of a surprise, Isaiah Pacheco. That man is a hard freaking runner, bro. Good.
Okay, who was your mention or whatever?
You go.
My mention is probably, I'm going with a rookie here, Kenneth Walker. Well, used to be a rookie, but he was really good last year. He got those yards. He just popped off. Who's your mention?
Talking to Mason.
Why are there scissors in the soup now?
That's Skylar and Eli.
Next, we're going to tight end, and my number 1 easily is Travis Kelce. And yeah, it's just really dominant. Patrick Mahomes, that's all he really passes to. And he's just a stud.
Yeah.
Kelce's a
Sorry.
beast. Who's your number 1?
My number 1 is Travis Kelce also. Mahomes targets him. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, he's just a beast all around. No one can cover him. And the bad thing is he's just getting up in age.
Good thing, because I'm a Bengals fan.
Yeah. But number 2 for me, I would have put number 3 over 2, but his quarterback, that's all he passes to. His name is Mark Andrews.
That's who I said too.
Yeah, Mark Andrews. He's a really good tight end. But Lamar Jackson, he helps with fantasy points because that's all he throws to. He gets at least like 12 receptions a game, 10 receptions a game. He's just really good. Any comments about Mark Andrews for you?
Yeah, I do think that Mark Andrews is a dominant player. He's big, he's strong. He's like 27. He's got a lot of potential left, and his quarterback throws the ball to him. I mean, you can't really get mad at a quarterback to throw the ball to him when it works. He's a dominant beast, bro. You can't get mad at Lamar for just throwing to him because it works, and that's how they win their games. So that's what Mahomes does with what's his name. So it's a fair trade.
Yeah, the tight end in fantasy at least is probably a spot that you need good. If you have a good tight end, you're probably winning your league.
Yeah.
Because there's not as good as tight ends as wide receivers, QBs, running backs. So my number 3 is, I would have switched him with Mark Andrews, but like you said, Lamar Jackson, he throws to him a lot. TJ Hawkinson. He is a beast. Whenever he joined the Vikings, if he was on the Lions would be way better. But whenever he's on the Vikings, he was a beast. That's the person I lost to in fantasy. Like, TJ Hawkinson ruined my fantasy.
Yeah, he was good.
But he would, like, if Justin Jefferson isn't wide open, Hawkinson's wide open.
Yeah.
Who's your number 3?
Number 3, I know it's a little bit questionable because he's mainly a blocking tight end, but when he does get the passes, he's guaranteed to get a couple yards and a touchdown a game. So I do say George Kittle is my number 3.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's my number 4. Any comments about George Kittle?
He's dominant. He's so good at what he does. He's efficient. He's a great route runner. He's a baby Kelsey. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
He's just like Kelsey.
Yeah, my number 4 is George Kittle. He would be up there, but he is getting up in age, I think. And last year he had up and down weeks. But I think he is able to do better than last year and be a top 5 tight end. It's just with the quarterback. That's just what's my question. How good is he able to be with a quarterback that they don't know?
Yeah.
If Trey Lance starts, how good is he able to be? You know how Purdy's able to be, because that's when I had George Kittle on my fantasy team last year. Whenever Purdy start, that's all he threw to.
Yeah.
Like George Kittle averaged like 2 catches a week whenever they had Jimmy G, but whenever Purdy came in, he averaged like 2 touchdowns a week with like 10 catches.
Yeah, I had him, and then I got rid of him because he was just starting to be bad.
Yeah,
but
I picked him up from you.
Yeah, my number 4 is Michael Mayer. I know I might be biased for being a Notre Dame fan, but you can't be, bro. The guy's a freaking beast. He's 6'6", 250. Come on, he's on the Raiders. He sided with one of the greatest receivers of this era. And if Jimmy Garoppolo can get his physical, Jimmy Garoppolo likes targeting his tight ends just like he did with Kelsey, just like he did with Gronk when he was with the Pats. So I do think that he's going to target Mayer, especially because he's a beast. He's huge. He's a reliable source to catch, and he's fast. And he's a really good blocker. So I do think that he's going to get a lot of fantasy points this year.
Yeah. I just don't know about him because he's a rookie. If he does what he says you think he's able to do, I'll put him in my top 5. But my 5 is Dallas Goedert. Like I said about Jalen Hurts yesterday, he has A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. If A.J. Brown isn't wide open, then it's Devontae Smith. If Devontae and A.J. Brown aren't wide open, you know Dallas Goedert will be wide open. It's the double coverage A.J. Brown and then Devontae Smith. I've probably been saying Devontae Adams the whole time. But Devontae Smith, he's like he can be a number 1 wide receiver. Like with the Bengals, Higgins can be a number 1 wide receiver.
He would, just like Higgins.
Yeah, it's just one of those 3 will be wide open, and it's harder to guard a tight end because how big and fast and it's just hard. It's just hard in general to guard a tight end.
Yeah. My number 5 is... Wait, did you already say your number 5?
Yeah, Dallas Goedert was my number 5.
My number 5 is T.J. Hawkinson. He's a very dominant player, just like he was at the Lions. I feel like if he got more playing time, or not playing time, if he had a better quarterback and Jared Goff stepped it up when he had him, he would have been dominant with the Lions and he would have stayed. But the Lions traded him, and they got their rebuild up, so they're freaking good now. Yeah, but I do think the trade was very good for Hawkinson, the way that now he can get targeted with a better quarterback and a more reliable quarterback. But he also has the greatest receiver currently in the NFL on his side. So I think it's good, and he's not a rookie, so he knows how to play the game a lot better than most of these people do, and he's an underrated tight end. I'll say that.
Yeah, Hawkinson, no one talks about him. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I put him at 3, and arguably he can be over Andrews.
Yeah.
But those, my top 5 tight ends: 1 Kelsey, 2 Andrews, 3 Hawkinson, 4 Kittle, 5 Goddard.
And mine is 1 Kelsey, 2 Andrews, 3 Kittle, 4 Mayer, 5 Hawkinson.
So we just did running back, defense, and tight end. And just giving you guys updates. Tomorrow we're coming out with an NBA mock draft. And depending how much time we have, we might add someone else in it.
Yeah,
And-
or we might do another video, a
Yeah.
side video. We'll make it short.
And a shorts will come out probably tomorrow morning.
Yep,
Yeah.
tomorrow morning at around 10 in the morning.
Yeah, Eastern time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
So go check out our last video. Watch this video. Give it a like. Subscribe. Go look at our short videos, edits. I'm gonna make a NBA one. Comment down below if you want
Yeah.
what NBA player I should do next after I post the one I'm going to tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Comment always if you want Logan, whatever NBA player he wants to do. Or
Yeah,
NFL.
and comment video ideas. Couple
Like
of-
whatever you like. Just keep it NFL, NBA.
Yeah.
And just to give a mention, look at those Red Legs out there, above 500 record, 36 and 35.
Let's go.
Let's go Red Legs.
All right. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you think we should do next and any ideas. So,
And this is the Football Frenzy Podcast. I'm Mason,
I'm Logan.
and see you in episode 3.